Welcome to the archives of legend and lore. I am the chaotic GM, and every week I will bring you a monster, humanoid, aberration, or some other being to the gaming table and put it in the spotlight, so to say. We'll discuss some of the lore, differences and additions, and possible ways to use them in your one-shot or campaign. This time, we'll look at the Doppelganger, maybe one of the most versatile creatures or races in all of role-playing. Okay, so it's not as fearsome as a mimic, but it can change into your mom for the love of the gods. We will break it down into 2nd edition, 5th edition, and Pathfinder this time. So without further delay, let's jump into it. 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons have them as being a tribal society that is rarely ever seen in its true form. If you are lucky, or unlucky enough to see one, they are bipedal and generally humanoid. Their bodies are covered in a thick, hairless gray hide. It's this tough hide that gives them a natural armor class of 5. In my home games, they would not gain from this natural armor if wearing something higher than it. It would still only give them the normal AC buff, unless it's not as good as the natural armor. Think of it as if I slice through plate mail. I'm cutting through the lesser natural armor if I can get through that plate. But if I can't cut through the cloth, it may not pierce their skin. They are able to change into any human, demi-human, or humanoid form 4 to 8 foot high that they have previously seen. They were originally created in this edition by a godling or very powerful mage. They were created for an ancient and highly magical war. When the war was over, they dispersed out throughout the planes and planets. They are naturally immune to sleep and charm and use ESP and psionics. When they transform into another form, they can imitate that victim at a 90% accuracy. They usually kill whatever they are copying, by the way. In 5th edition, they don't really discuss society much, and more focus on what they can do. They also aren't society-based here. As it states, they usually work alone or in small groups. It also states that they don't raise their own young. They transform themselves into attractive counterparts to whatever they want to mate with. Wow, whatever they want to mate with. And when the changeling is born, it leaves it with the other parent and just disappears. Wow, that's awesome, huh? In this edition, they cannot take memories, thoughts, or skills from those they try to replace. They can read surface thoughts to gain the creature's name, fears, and a few scattered memories. I'd say the higher the level, the more memories it could glean, but that would be my house rule. Up to you to change it if you want to. It says they are neutral, but throughout the description, it calls them swindlers and thieves. I'd place them to at least neutral evil. There is quite a difference in some of the aspects for the Pathfinder version. First off, the description of its appearance is humanoid, but slender and frail-looking with gangly limbs and half-formed facial features. The flesh is pale and hairless, and the eyes are vacant and completely white. Another huge difference in the later levels or very powerful doppelgangers in Pathfinder is that they can assume skills, memories, abilities, and, wow, even supernatural powers from their prey they copy. I mean, holy hell, that's... wow, I mean... they can pretty much become you, shag your wife, feed your dog, and play ball with your kid, and they might never even notice. Thank the gods. This week's sponsor is the Clerics of Clarendon. Have you lost touch with your god? Come in and give ours a try. If your britches burn, give our healers a turn. Our services are nothing you should scoff, and remember, members get 50% off. The Clerics of Clarendon. Yep, we're the ones in the gray robes. Oh, for the love of... who writes these ads? Let's jump into combat. 2nd edition leaves it pretty much as it can use ESP and it can imitate its victims up to 90% accuracy and make saving throws at a level 10 fighter. So its one attack with 1 to 12 damage can pretty much be what you want. 5th edition allows them to make 2 melee attacks with slam. Pathfinder has them able to make 2 melee claw attacks. For me, I'd assume they all can use a sword or dagger and allow it. But wouldn't it freak someone out if their dad suddenly grew 6-inch claws and attacked them? I mean, that's some scary stuff there. Okay, you know what time it is. Chaotic Creative Corner. Let's see how we might use these guys in a one-shot or campaign. Let's brainstorm and maybe kill a party member to... challenge the party. Remember, we're here to challenge the party. Scenario 1. This one's kind of a generic one that you've probably already thought up, but I thought I'd throw it in there. The adventurers are called before a lord or king or someone of status. And when they return for the glory and spoils, something isn't quite right about the quest giver. Perception check. Now they have to investigate to prove that he or she isn't who they say they are. Like I said, kind of a generic one, but throw it out there for you. The second scenario. The adventurers are hired to protect a prince, princess, or maybe your Uncle Bob. The assassin has been hired as a doppelganger, and they must stop it. Plot twist. The father, mother, or keeper is the one that hired the assassin to get them out of the way for a sibling, next in line, or rival to take their place. Scenario 3. The Tower of Mystery. Or whatever, you can come up with a name. I'm not doing all the work for you. Oh yeah, the tower is a place of power and magic full of treasure and knowledge. A local group of wizards or mages are hiring the adventurers to find out how the Dark Lord, he that I shall not name, has come back from the dead and has gotten past the wards in place and entered the tower. It's a powerful doppelganger that has figured it could get in just by transforming into the Dark Lord. Plot twist, the one I shall not name actually let him in and is trying to use this shapeshifter as a vessel to hold its spirit and return to this plane. Scenario 4. The party has been hired for a quest. You get to fill in that part. During the quest, one of the party members acts a little odd. You will need a player in on this to make it work because, they've been captured or killed by the doppelganger and now are trying to kill the rest of the party. I know, if you don't want to kill your players, I don't know why you wouldn't, but the doppelganger is putting them in a magical cage that keeps them alive and is, gonna sell them, slaves or food for an evil god. That'd be cool. Or enjoyment for your Uncle Bob. You decide what you want. I just kill him. It shows dominance, and they will know they are never truly safe. Well, let me come back from that chaos a little. Slipped in there. But that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I always love having people visit me here in my own little slice of chaos. Please join me next time where we'll delve into the dusty tomes, legend, and lore to bring you new ideas to your game. If you did enjoy this, please click the like button and subscribe so you'll see my newest videos and podcasts. Thanks, and remember, if you truly are chaotic, your players will never know what you'll throw at them next.